The holidays start here at Kroger with a variety of options to celebrate traditions old and new. You could do a classic herb-roasted turkey or spice it up and make turkey tacos. Serve up a go-to shrimp cocktail or use Simple Truth wild-caught shrimp for your first Cajun risotto. Make creamy mac and cheese or a spinach artichoke fondue from our selection of Murray's cheese. No matter how you shop, Kroger has all the freshest ingredients to embrace all your holiday traditions. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Welcome to the Instagram Stories Flash Briefing. I'm your host, Daniel Hill. I give Instagram news in 3 minutes or less. Here we go. Today's article comes from Foundr.com. 5 strategies founders Nathan Chan used to generate millions on Instagram. This article has a really good vantage point for examining what you're doing on Instagram and what you're trying to achieve. The first question that he starts with is it worth it for your business? And he starts by asking, what kind of business do you have? His strategy is that Instagram is best suited for B2C, business to consumer businesses with a visual product. And that makes sense. Instagram is about sharing through photos and videos. So if you want to do well on the platform, you need to show your product or service in a way that is visually appealing. He then goes on to give examples of businesses that would do well on Instagram, including e-commerce products, cafes, restaurants, hair salons, teeth whitening services, or any other service business with a visual product or experience. If you can show the product or experience that your customers will get, then your business can do well on Instagram. What I like about this article is he then goes on to say what kind of businesses would not do well on Instagram. He gives a specific example of a B2B SaaS company. What that means is business to business software as a service company. For instance, Salesforce is a really good example. You pay monthly for access to that software that lives in a cloud. It's called software as a service. Just a little background there. Selling software on Instagram is difficult because it's tough to keep your followers engaged with beautiful photos and videos of software. It would be tough to gain traction. But of course, there's an exception to the rule. For instance, the SaaS company Canva, that's an app that lives in the cloud that people can subscribe to, and it allows you to create beautiful graphics. They have 300,000 followers, a great feed. Why? Because their software is visual. It's about graphic design. So they're able to showcase their end product in their feed and stories. And I think that makes a lot of sense. So sometimes you see people really struggling with Instagram. Oh, I didn't really get an audience, don't really gain traction. Maybe the product or service you're trying to sell doesn't really translate well to a photo or video medium. Maybe you need to think a little bit more creatively about the ways to do that. I thought this article was really good and it makes a lot of sense. I'm going to be considering more of these points in tomorrow's show. That's it for today's Flash Briefing. As always, you can find me on Instagram at Daniel Hill Media. Now I have a Facebook group. You can join that as well. Facebook.com/groups/IG stories. You can find articles there that I'm thinking about talking about on the show. I give my 2 cents. Occasionally I'll rant over there. It's my Facebook group. That's what I get to do. But if you have questions and you want to chat with other people, you can join that group as well and have access. Thanks for listening.